evening, everyone. Gaurav, will you be starting the session?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead. Mr. Vishak has joined. You can go ahead.
Hello, everyone. So, we'd like to start the session for today. Marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories you tell. And what better platform to tell your story than online, so that it reaches millions. The future of offline is online. Good evening, one and all. I, Gaurav,
And I, Ayushi.
on behalf of Club Maverick, the official marketing and strategy club of IBS Hyderabad, welcome you all. We at Maverick facilitate in providing a learning experience to our fellow batchmates, and whenever we do so, we make sure that we enjoy it as much as they do. Today, we bring to you a symposium on digital marketing. Now, I would request my co host, Ayushi, to introduce our guests for the evening.
Thank you, Gaurav. We are very fortunate to have with us Mr. Vishak Bharadwaj for the evening today. He's currently a strategic HR partner at Monocept, which is an India-based software development company formed with the objective of solving complex problems and delivering engineering excellence. Their senior technology leadership comprises of several senior solution architects and software engineers who are deeply passionate about architecting future-ready software solutions. He has also worked as a manager in world's largest refinery of Reliance Industries Limited and is a proud alumni of IIT Guwahati and IIM Indore. We are overwhelmed to have you with us today, sir.
Before we
Thank
proceed, we all need to follow a couple of ground rules. Everyone is requested to keep your mic mute and your videos on at all times. Please type all the questions in the chat box during the webinar. We'll bring them up at the end of the session.
Now, without any further ado, we would like to call our first speaker for the evening, Mr. Vishak Bharadwaj.
Thank you all. It has been always a pleasure having these sessions, especially in IBS Hyderabad. And being a Hyderabadi myself, I've been like quite uh, quite excited to meet you all guys and share my thoughts on how the industry is, how the digital marketing industry is shaping up. What are the various things that every digital marketing enthusiast need to think about these days, right? So I'll start with my presentation. I can start sharing my screen, right?
Sir. Yes, sir. Sir, in case it is not an issue, we can't see your video. So if you can turn on the
Yeah,
video.
sure. I'll enable my video as well.
Yeah. Thank
I
you, sir.
hope now it's fine.
Your slides are visible. You can go ahead.
Hope my video is as well visible, right? So today we are here to talk on digital marketing, and this session is taken in collaboration with Phoenix Global. So we'll first talk about what Phoenix Global is and what it is doing to enhance the skill development of this country and various institutes as well. So what are we? We are Phoenix Global. Phoenix Global is a skill development company in order to enable students to acquire and master professional and soft skills as per the industry benchmark. Okay. I being a HR person, having interviewed more than 1,000 plus candidates in the just last 1 year, I have seen that time and again that there's a huge gap between what university provides and what the corporate wants, right? There is a need and want gap which is bridged through several training programs which the corporate envisions. But there are certain gaps which are still to be filled and which most corporates today are looking for. And that is something which Phoenix Global is here to provide. What is it and why is it unique? Because it has alma mater from the IITs and IIMs to mentor the cutting edge technologies and skills where we know what is the future market going to have, what are the skill sets the future market is going to have, and what is the opportunity we provide is to intern or have a project under the mentorship of these industry professionals from the IITs and IIMs. It also includes from several other NITs and other MBA colleges as well. And one of the core values I would like to put forth, these four values which makes Phoenix Global unique from rest of the other people, is professionalism, punctuality, passion, and perseverance. One of the important things which every company or every organization today is looking for is values, right? It is very difficult to find these values in every person. At the same time, everyone would have exhibited these values somewhere in the organization or somewhere in their lives, right? It is very important for us or for organizations to have these values so as to get their people and get the culture in the right fashion. So we are focused on these four values. So our impact, if you want to look at, we have reached about more than 1 lakh. I think it's reaching 2 lakh students now. This is the older slide, and about 425 plus institutes we have reached, and we have transformed more than 10,000 careers by giving them various opportunities like live projects or internships, etc. We have more than 40,000 training hours now, and more than 20 plus IIT, IIM, and IT connects, and we have a huge base of IIT IIM alumni team. We have been registered under the MSME, Government of India. We are thankful for that, and we have recently got a Global Icon Award 2020 for Brand Opus Best Corporate Training and Skill Development Platform. So we are constantly in pursuit of excellence and focused on giving that value add to our uh, to students so that we are able to take it to the next level here. So these are our various associations and knowledge partners. We have a great deal of IITs and IIMs here. Apart from that, we are also having a lot of NITs here. And we are also looking forward to having a great partnership in terms of associations and knowledge partnership with IBS as well. So looking forward to that as well. So what does all these institutes mean, right? What is the point of showing you all these? It's not to feel good or feel that, oh, these people are having these associations with them. It's about the value each institute provides to a group of students who are a part of them, right? Each and every organization, each and every college is providing some values. It is providing some knowledge, which as a repository is being held by Phoenix Global. And that is something which will be delivered to you being associated with us, right? Coming to our corporate exposure, these are the various corporate people who have been from various organizations like Amazon, Capgemini, TCS, Cognizant, Samsung, Cipla. And you can see like most of the companies here, they have a rigorous training methodologies. They have good learning and development programs. They have focused on building organizations and building careers over getting jobs, right? That is something which probably, if you are associated with some of these organizations, you will get to know what is the growth path been for such organizations. Yeah. So coming forward, our presence in social media. Recently, we had a session in Geetham University where we have been highlighted about the 6 important skills, which is data analytics, AI, ML, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and web development. This is for the engineers, basically. We have had several other sessions and media spotlights in the past as well, where we have been recognized. And over on to, and now we'll talk about something which is very important and which is very particular to our focus, right, of today's session. So coming to today's session, I would like to break today's session into 3 components. And each and every component is unique to each and every individual present here. There are about 104 students here, and each of them have an aspiration. Each of them are looking forward to a career. Each of them are looking forward to a presence in the corporate world. And each and every person is unique in terms of their purpose, right? Why are we here? What is the purpose we are here for? What is the reason? What is the cause? Why are we attending this session on a Saturday evening? Maybe we have something important to do. Maybe we have a placement to prepare for. We have something else to keep wondering about, right? Why do we, I would want to see a series probably. Why, what is the purpose of being here? So one of the things that why we are here is to make ourselves aware. One of the most important skill in any individual, one of the things that any interviewer is looking is self-awareness. Whether do you know about yourself or not? Your interview is all about self-awareness. It's not about knowledge, how much knowledge you know. It's not about whether you can do something better than the other person. It's about whether you know your strengths properly, whether you know your weakness properly, you know your limitations properly. Do you know your opportunities which you can encash? Every individual is unique, and every purpose is unique to that particular individual. So coming to this session, there are various reasons. I would want you to choose your own reason for being here. That defines your presence. You're not here for a sake of peer pressure. You are here for upskilling yourself to increase your awareness in the digital marketing domain. Get your insights, get your terminologies right, get an exposure and make a decision, right? Entirely whatever we are going to do today, it is to help you to come and arrive to a decision making, that which part of digital marketing should I explore, what part interests me, what part makes me a better gives me more salary in the future or gives me a better career in the future. That why is why we are here. And next, we'll talk about what steps you can take or what are the things that you can go through in order to make yourself, or specific actions that you would like to bring about to realize your why. And finally, what is about the result, right? What did I achieve or what can I achieve based on my whys is something which I want to look at it. So we have to have a Simonsonic approach to each and everything in our lives. Find out your why, then go for the how and the what. The more strong your why is, the how and what can be figured out through multiple ways. You have a lot of articles in online to get it to how and what, but no one can address the why, only you can address your why. Sure. So we'll go forward to the session. We'll discuss about each of these things and further more things in detail. So what are the things, right? Today, you all are pursuing your MBA in IBS and you are all looking for digital marketing being something which you want to explore. Maverick is here. It wants you to be upskilled in certain areas, right? So if you take any competency dictionary for a digital marketing, right? When you look, what are the skills that I need for any digital marketing person, right? You have Instagram marketing, you have YouTube marketing, you have search engine optimization, you have social media analytics, you have content management systems, you have what you call digital marketing strategy, you have email marketing, you have article writing, you have video marketing. There are several things, several technical skills which are present, and there will be more than these skills which are present. What are the ones which are most relevant to me? Today you are in a current scenario. Tomorrow you want to be in a state where you have some of these skills, right? You want to be in a state where I am an expert in marketing campaign management, right? I want to be a person who is better in performance management, or I want to be a person who is better in competitive analysis and competitor benchmarking. I want to be in a state where I have a greater understanding of Google Ads, how Google AdWords work. I want to pursue a certification there. I want to understand how UX and user experience design works, right? Each and every one of us have some existing knowledge, and there is some knowledge where we want to be. So first, it is internal in perspective. First, you need to look at what are the skills I possess currently. What does any of these words strike a meaning to me, or strike a need for me, right? Or strike something in me, right? That's the first part where you are in each of these skills. Next level is, what is my interest towards the skills that I have? Maybe I am not very interested in search engine optimization, right? But I love creative writing, or maybe I like what you call social media marketing a lot more. I spend a lot of time on social media and I like that kind of a marketing. I like some digital marketing, analytics. I love analytics and I want to be a part of web analytics. So each of these words should mean something to you. And that is where you're going to go to the future state, That is the final stage where you want to be, right? So this is today's state. Check each of these competencies, what meaning they add to you currently, and where do you want to be in terms of these skills. And then you decide the path, what certifications I need to take or what learning I need to do to reach this state, right? Apart from these technical skills, because most of the coaching or training program that you go through, it will have all of these things, right? It will have you all these aspects of technical skills that you need. But there are some generic skills which are very important, and that comes from your attitudinal aspects. Whether I am good at logical thinking. Logical thinking is a process. It's not a skill which, after doing a certification, you don't become a logical thinker, right? Research is, there is a certain aptitude and certain mindset towards research. There is a need. Transdisciplinary thinking is your ability to connect various things. Okay, let us take that I want to identify what is the best channel efficiency that I want, right? There are multiple channels in a digital marketing, right? There are n number of channels. You want to find out the channel efficiency and you want to go for the channel efficiency. How do you understand which channel or which particular place I want to go forward to, right? Do I understand design thinking aspects? Is there something called resource management that I'm very good at, right? And these are some of the things that the generic skills are also very important, because this will set your design or your direction towards the same. So these are some of the things that I wanted to share with you. So coming to the next aspect, right? You have decided that you will take up a digital marketing career. What are the various roles? What are the various job roles? So these are various job roles identified from multiple sources, and what are the various salary ranges they have, right? So each of them have their own set of skill sets that you need to have, and each of them will lead to a certain kind of a compensation that you need to have, right? And these are all entry level salaries I'm talking about. As you keep on gaining experience in certain aspects, you start gaining those experiences and you start going for a much higher role. We talk about. Typically, you look at digital marketing intern as there. So after becoming a digital marketing intern, you can probably become a digital marketing executive, where you gain some skills from this particular experience, and then you become a digital marketing manager somewhere, and then you become a digital marketing director somewhere, right? Each of these skills are dependent on your experience and how much you put efforts in grasping those skills. How much of a skill gap are you fulfilling? Each of them have a skill gap. Like from a intern, if you want to go to a certain level, you will have to look at certain aspects. Similarly, in content creation, right? There is this content creator job, then you offer content marketing manager and content strategist. So each of them, again, there is a particular skill set gap and skill set that you need to bridge in each of one of them, right? Similarly for SEO, similarly for social media management, right? Each and every zone, you pick up more skills. And I'll tell you, it's not like a ladder. It's not like, okay, I completed a digital marketing intern job, then I become a marketing executive, then I become a marketing manager. Today, people are pursuing career lattices. There's a difference between career ladder and career lattice. So career lattices is more like you gain expertise in multiple domains, and an interdisciplinary topic itself comes up, right? Probably I am good with digital marketing skills. At the same time, I also know how to manage a digital account, or I also know how to have an exposure in social media. So because you will be controlling cross-disciplinary teams, right? When you are controlling cross-disciplinary teams, you will need to know multiple parts of the same whole. And the more you know, the more you will be able to manage those teams, the more you will be able to guide those teams, and the more wholesome your efforts become, right? So it's also important not just to focus on your own depth, but also focus on the other aspects like interdisciplinary trainings in digital marketing. So these are some of the ballpark numbers for entry level people, but it varies from organization to organization, depends on what priorities the particular organization is having with respect to digital marketing, etc. Now let's look at career paths. Okay, what direction should I take my career? What are the various roles that we discussed? How are they mapped after one another? So we'll first look at what are the skill set with respect to the various, these are the various technical skills. Like there's account management, there is affiliate marketing, there's article writing, there is brand management, business writing, community management, competitive analysis. This is more like you do competitive benchmarking with respect to other people, right? And there's something called content development, content marketing, and all of these are being used by multiple companies. Some of these companies use more than one of these skills for evaluating or for identifying the right people for their organization. And as you can see here, each of these are roles, right? This is a matrix between skills and roles. And you can see when you go higher at the managerial level, you might have to possess more than one skill. And that is clearly evident, right? When you go for the director level, you can see like you need to have, there are more number of whys, right? With respect to a digital marketing manager in general, right? And at each and every level, you need to have more and more skills. And that is something which very clearly articulates that whatever you're learning right now, whatever your college is preparing to you right now, that's not sufficient. There is a lot more which you need to explore. There is a lot more which you need to do. And especially when it comes to digital media marketing, the theoretical fundamentals remain the same, but the practical experience is something which keeps on changing. There is no static information which is there. Every day there are new things which keep added. Every day new skills keep getting added. Some old skills keep getting unlearned, right? That is something which will be a part of your process as well. Sometimes certain skills will become more on priority, some skills will be less on priority. And learning multiple skills is something which you also keep advancing, and a lot of things also keep changing. The market, just like how the market changes, right? Each of these skills keep changing. Or like if you take 5 years back, several of these skills weren't there. But if you take 10 years back, maybe hardly you would see 3 to 4 skills which are there. Then gradually these skills keep on getting added and some old skills keep on getting removed, right? That is something which is very important. I was talking about career paths. So there are two parts, okay? One is you work for a digital marketing agency. Second is you work for a, what do you call a person, or sorry, you work for a company which has its own digital marketing wing. So you call that kind of an organization as a client side company. So your own organization is invested in digital marketing. And this is an agency where you have, right? When you look at a client side, the digital marketing intern can become a digital marketing specialist or an executive. Specialist as in you focus on one aspect of it, like something like content management or brand management or social media management, right? Then after that, you become a digital marketing manager or you become a lead specialist. So this is a technical role, technical path, and this is a managerial path. And both of them eventually lead to something called a digital marketing manager, where you need to balance both people skills as well as your specialization skills there. And eventually today we can see that about 20 to 25% of CMOs are from digital marketing background. And this number is just going to increase multifold. If you look at startups today, almost 70% of the people who are in digital marketing backgrounds are becoming CMOs. But if you look at traditional organizations in general, it's just 20%. So as you can see, these new organizations are going to have the new flavors, and they are going to eventually lead to more and more CMO jobs will be taken over by digital marketing experts. And that's going to happen because that's how the business has been. Business has found several ways to empower digital marketing today, right? We have been living in a COVID world. We have been in a situation where we have been forced to stay at our homes, and we are constantly trying to prove that we have to do something about it. right? And there is a lot of marketing content, lot of people which we are not, where we are not exposed to the regular marketing channels. We are exposed to the digital marketing channels, and these digital marketing channels are indirectly influencing our decision making. They are also influencing our choices, right? So it is very important for each one of us to focus and act on the aspects of digital marketing, and that is one of the reasons why. And more people will keep doing these things, and we should set to that particular progress. Let us look at some of the examples that we are working on. We are working on McDonald. We'll look at various videos which are reflective of how that particular company is pursuing its digital marketing strategy. Okay. So any questions so far? I'm sorry, I had been going on as a in a lecture mode, but or should we cover the questions later if that's okay with all of you?
Yeah, we can have the question answer
Okay,
session
sure.
after this.
So I'll just play you this video about McDonald and how they have used their digital marketing strategy. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting the volume?
So the video is on pause, so we can't hear it.
Not started.
No, no, I just played it, but I'm just checking if
Yeah, we can hear.
you're getting the volume.
Can you play it again? Not properly, sir. So it would be better if you turn on the caption, the option of turning on caption on YouTube.
Okay. So is the audio there or not there?
Earlier it was, but now there's no volume.
Excuse me, sir. Can someone from our team play the video? Because the
Sure.
sound, we still can't hear it.
I can just paste it here.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
There are stories about us. McDonald's is both famous and infamous. Over the years, we've been picked at, poked at, discussed, and dissected. With food quality perception scores down, we decided to stop talking and start listening. there are stories about us. McDonald's is both famous and infamous. Over the years, we've been picked at, poked at, discussed, and dissected. With food quality perception scores down, we decided to stop talking and start listening.
See, any question of McDonald's?
Well, I would like to know why they don't accommodate vegetarians.
I'd like to know if it's actually 100% pure beef.
We listened to every question, then answered them all, openly, honestly, in real time, and posted live for the world to see.
Hi, I'm Hope Agazi, Director of Marketing for McDonald's Canada. And I'm here with a question from Isabel M. from Toronto, Ontario. She asks, why does your food look different in the advertising than what's in the store?
It'll be a direct comparison of the right side of both burgers.
Perfect.
We're trying to dispel this myth that there's a company out there called 100% pure beef.
And Mika, the answer is absolutely not. Beef comes in two types, in lean and fat.
And instead of keeping the tough questions hidden, we made them louder.
In a new video that's gone viral, McDonald's is revealing why their burgers look better in advertisements than they do in real life.
Really, the message is the food is whole, the food is real.
You gotta have that Big Mac. And now the top chef at McDonald's is spilling the secret on how you can make that special sauce at home.
And what started as a national campaign transformed the way people feel about McDonald's around the world. In all, we answered more than 20,000 questions, earned more than 14 million video views, and achieved dramatic gains on both food quality perception and brand trust scores. By opening up and letting them in, we made McDonald's a place people could be proud to love.
So as you saw there, this is a very common focus area of most of these food companies, where they are having this opportunity to keep looking at multiple things, right? And build a marketing strategy across something which is called as realistic marketing. Most companies don't do this because they feel the illusion of their product is lost. But the more and more people start chanting your product's name, the more power it gives for your particular digital marketing campaign or strategy in general. And the entire strategy was revolving around this aspect of realistic marketing, right? And that is something which they have done. When you look at social media, right, any social media in the world, it's focused on 3 or 4 basic parameters, right? Every social media wants its community to.
I'm really sorry to cut you, but you need to resume your presentation, sir. It's not visible.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So any social media marketing, if you look at, there are 3 or 4 major parameters which is associated to it. So everything is focused on community growth, which is about increasing the target group of social followers. Next is our community engagement, in the sense more and more content you give, what are the more number of people who are associating with that particular content and how much they get engaged with that particular content. And after that, we have something called the the number of clicks, right? How many people open that particular link, or how much advertising revenue you can earn from that particular group, or how much impressions you can create from that particular group of people, how much traffic you can generate there. And what is the server retargeting is about how many people whom you have already served, or how many already who have engaged with your particular content via multiple platforms, via YouTube or via Amazon or via multiple other platforms, are you retargeting it? So these are the 4 parameters which makes any decision possible. If you take a typical decision buying process, first is you try and you ask people about it, right? You ask, there is a need for you, right? The community growth caters to the need aspect, right? It caters to the need of that particular product. Engagement is about making your buying decision making process more associated with that particular product. In the sense, if you look at probably pizza, every occasion you have, there is a pizza festival or there is something related to McD or anything for that matter, you're engaging with that particular promoted content there. And then it leads to a click, then it lands you to a particular page where you buy things or where you consume things. So the retargeting and website clicks works in a magical fashion where your traffic generation is increased. As a result, a lot of people increase, a lot of buying decisions happen there, right? So we'll look at a video of KFC. I think you can resume the screen sharing from your end. I've pasted the links of KFC there. So this is a case study about India itself. So we'll be associating ourselves in this particular social media campaign.
KFC is the #1 restaurant brand on social media. Our digital mantras to this success were: number 1, co-creation. We advocated publishing user-generated content with apps like Radio KFC RJ Hunt, which received over 3,000 entries from 30 Indian cities, and Design Your Own Bucket, which received over 5,500 bucket entries. We've even reposted our fans' Sachin Tendulkar bucket design on the day the Indian sports legend announced his retirement. Number 2, feedback fanatics. The secret of a great relationship is listening. We listened to our customers and ensured that every feedback was addressed. Number 3, innovative and interactive campaigns. With cutting-edge technology and a bunch of wacky, ingenious ideas, we created unique experiences for our customers with campaigns like Curry Culture, the fun and quirky way to bring out the Indian inside the fairly westernized youth of today. Over 17,000 caricatures were made by our fans. And our augmented reality WOW app. A quick scan on any Indian currency note and behold the WOW menu options. The app received over 35,000 downloads and became #1 on the iTunes App Store in the food and drinks category. As a result of these, we were featured as one of the top 5 socially devoted brands on Social Bakers. The overall positive sentiment of our Facebook page grew to 93.8%. Our engagement rates are thrice the sector average. Unmetrics report crowned us the true social media king of QSRs in India. With 5 million fans and counting, we are among the top 5 fastest growing social media brands in the country. And boy, does it feel so good.
So this was something which in the beginning of social media, it was quite popular. A lot of us would also be a part of these campaigns. We would have participated in some of these campaigns and we felt really good at that time when KFC was first introduced in India. We'll also look at the next one, that is we'll also look at growth hacking. Growth hacking is a unique aspect where it's a cross-disciplinary knowledge. Again, it requires some amount of product knowledge where you interact with product managers, etc. It is a key function of marketing and it is also involving some aspects of data analytics and data analysis to find the target segment, etc. See, if you look at any marketing funnel, right, it could be related to, first of all, the customer acquisition, right? It all starts from this aspect that first, when you acquire a particular customer, you convert that particular customer, that is called activation, and then you retain that particular customer. Retaining a particular customer leads to your customer lifetime value. Like if I go to maybe once Uber, I want to revisit Uber again and again, and that leads to the revenue of that particular organization, and that revenue again that keeps on growing by if I can refer people as well, right? And growth hacking is about increasing this funnel process back and forth again and again, and finally it is having these 4 aspects. If you look at any growth hacking process, if you look at, first you prioritize, you test, you analyze, and you ideate. This is similar to design thinking approach, and the growth hacking approach has been quite successful And because it uses multiple informations from data, from product teams, as well as marketing team, it is something the product itself gets designed in a way to enable growth. That is something which is very unique and very interesting. Let us look at the example of Uber growth hacking. Great. You can play the Uber video. So as you can see, it's not just about one playing one what you call aspect from the book or sharing just one particular strategy from the book. It has used each and every strategy. It has changed the product As you can see here, the product has been changed. The integrations have been increased. People who can use Paytm, GeoMoney, everything started integrating with it. All the credit cards, everything started becoming a part of the product. They analyze the data telling that they have greater chances of getting a particular new rider from the existing riders itself. Using the data analysis, they found out who were the key influencers in each region. From Delhi, who was the key influencer, from Mumbai, who was a key influencer, from Bangalore, who were the people who were the key influencers. So they identified, it's not like just putting money and just seeing what happens, right? It's about analyzing and using the right people. Raghu Dikshit was a big celebrity back in Bangalore at that point of a time, but probably his cost or the amount of channel cost to create those many impressions was very low, right? The amount of time or amount of money they spent would be quite low. That comes from the data analysis part. And something like marketing, where they have used inbound marketing, they have used leads, they have successfully converted each and every lead in a proper way, they have used social marketing to the fullest extent. That shows that using all these aspects, including the product as well as the data analysis, is something which is focused on growth hacking, and that is something which people keep doing, and that happens time and again, right? We look at next important aspect, that is web analytics. Web analytics is a entirety, it could be taken as a separate course altogether. We'll just look at one of the aspects of it, that is exit and bounce rates, which happen in most websites today. Let's look at that particular video of exit and bounce rates.
Web analytics, the bounce rate. In web analytics, the bounce rate and the exit rate of a page are commonly tracked by most tools. But because both these metrics involve tracking when users leave a site from a certain page, how they differ from each other is a common question I hear during our course on analytics and user experience. All bounces are exits, but not every exit is a bounce. To understand why, let's start by defining what exactly constitutes a bounce. If you think about a literal bounce of a ball, for example, one bounce of the ball is a single hit interaction with something else, like this table. In analytics, a bounce is counted when a user lands on a certain page of your site, only hits that single page, and then leaves without doing anything else. This could be due to many things, both positive and negative. We can't know for sure. All we know is that the user had only that single hit interaction of loading that one page. An exit, on the other hand, is counted whenever a page is the last page in a user's visit. In our ball analogy, rather than only that single hit interaction of a bounce, imagine instead that the ball landed and rolled around various parts of the table for a while until it eventually dropped off. On a website, this would look like a user landing on the site, navigating to a few other pages before then leaving the site. Whatever that last page was on the site will get counted as their exit page. So the exit rate tells you what percentage of users left the site from a page, regardless of when during their visit they got to it, compared to those who continued on to another page. While the bounce rate tells you the percentage of users who both entered and exited the site on that single page without viewing anything else, compared to those users who did click on to a second page. Remember, exits are inevitable. All good things must come to an end. Certain pages, like the confirmation page after a process, we'd expect to be an endpoint for many users, so a high exit rate would be normal. But if the intent of the page is to lead users deeper into a process and it has a high exit or bounce rate, that could be a usability issue we'd want to investigate further. So yes, all bounces are exits because it was the last page in the user's session. But not all exits are bounces if that visit involved multiple page views or interactions. The primary difference between a bounce and an exit is whether that last page was also the entrance point, if it was that single interaction bounce.
Yeah. So that was a brief about exit and bounce rates. So one of the things that most customer journeys, right? There's a digital customer journey, or like let us say you want to buy a vehicle or you want to buy something online, right? So you get into the Amazon site, you start clicking on certain things, you go to the last page, and then you exit from there. So people find out how many people exit at what points, and that is how that data is used to bring in things like discount. At what point in time you would want to have a discount, you can see the discount in the first page. Next, after you go a bit deeper, you don't find that particular thing where you just have the address page, then you have an option to add a promo code. So each of these things are written in such a way that it increases your decision making rate, right? You would want to buy a thing in Amazon, which is something which is great, right? And that is something which I think data analysis, identifying customer journeys, and you want a customer journey to be in a certain way, making that decision making is something which is quite important. Now I like to take few questions which have been asked. I think Khalifa has asked about SEO. Organic listing will take some time to top the SERP page. Basically, so SERP page is like Google results page, a typical place where you have the entire list of things, right? On which page are you following where, right? There are two important things. So one of the answer for this is gonna be your typical MBA answer, depends, right? But depends on what aspects. That is something I would like to cover here. See, there is a particular brand image and a particular vision or particular list of things which you want to be associated with. Every product or every page wants to be associated with that particular words. Okay. At the same time, you have SEO listing pages where you can go through, say, for example, we have something called buzzsumo.com or semrush.com. You have ahrefs.com. So each of these have those keywords where you can go and check, okay, if I use these list of words, it would make more sense, right? But at the same time, you don't want to have the words which are not relevant to your particular, what you call organic listing, whatever listing you have, right? So it is very important to choose the right words which communicate your brand image. At the same time, those need to be the trending hashtags of the day. So there is a intelligent mix of both which needs to be there. And PPCs, pay per clicks, are very, very expensive. Some of them are very cheap as well. But the point is whether you are able to target that particular demographic. Let me say, for example, I come from a HR background, right? I put ads for hiring, right? If I am looking for a developer, typical age group would be somewhere between 21 to 26. There is no point of me targeting a 30+ year person for the same role. So ideally, even if you go for pay per clicks, etc., you will have to focus on what is your target segment. So I think it all boils down to basics of marketing, where you find out what is your target segment going to cater to, what is your brand image going to resonate, and based on this, you go for what kind of SEO listing you want to have, right? I hope that answers your question, Khalifa. I guess the other question was, what are the biggest threats and pressures a marketer would have to face in this political climate and economic crisis, and how to minimize it? Could someone explain me? Sakshi, could you explain me what exactly you're trying to tell here?
Sakshi, are you there? I think there's some network glitch, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Is there any more question you'd like to ask, audience? No? Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Vishak, sir, for this illuminating session. We are overwhelmed and we are sure that all of us got great insights about digital marketing. And right now, we would like to thank the faculty members for their presence and support. We would also like to thank Newswire, our coverage partner. Last but not the least, we would like to thank all our fellow students of IBS Hyderabad. We hope to see you all very soon at another enriching session.
Thank you all
Also,
for
Maverick,
having here.
also, Maverick is happy to announce that Carnival, our flagship event, is around the corner. Hoping to see you all very soon. And for all the updates, stay tuned to our social media channels. This is Team Maverick signing off.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you all.